All right, howdy y'all and welcome back. So I am out in probably what you consider north central Iowa. Look at these trees. This is an amazing spot, and as you can see, we have this gorgeous little shelter behind me. We've got ourselves a nice fire pit right here, and we're chilling out in the van. So if you've been following me on Instagram, which you should be, link in the description, I did get the truck back, but we are in the break-in procedure on the gears. So there's going to be probably 3 more van videos at least before we get the truck out, because I'm on a little bit of a road trip out here in Iowa. But we're chilling. It's gorgeous out here, about 75 degrees. I'll have to see what the low is tonight, but you can hear the cicadas buzzing in the background. But man, this is beautiful. Like, I can't believe this is Iowa. These trees back here look like it'd be somewhere in Colorado or something like that. I feel like I need to bust a hammock out and hang up a hammock and chill for a minute. I think that's what we're gonna do. Let's get the old hammock out. Chill in the hammock, maybe read another chapter in the old book, but I've got it chilling in here in this weird pocket the van has. I don't know what this is for, but hammock straps. Had already 2 flies in the van. I had to stop and pay for the site, and I left my window open, and of course we got flies in there. I think we're gonna go with these 2 trees right here. Should be plenty of room. Ooh. These are bigger than you'd think. Oh. Call me a tree hugger, I guess. We're chilling. All right, I'm gonna hang out in the hammock, read a little bit of my book, try to knock out a chapter every time I go camping. So we'll hang out for a minute. Let me see. Whew. I lowered the hammock a little bit. Let me see if I can give you guys an actual forecast. as we're swanging back and forth. And the homie Travis is messaging me. Currently 76 degrees. We have a low of 58 tonight. And then there's rain possible in the morning. So we'll see how that turns out. But I'm gonna chill. Try to put a chapter down in the old book. And we'll get a fire going. Oh, man. Well, y'all, good morning. Oh, let me turn the lights on. If I can. Oh. Well. I started getting a headache out there. And then decided to come in the van and lay down. So I don't have any Tylenol or anything with me. And I fell asleep. Next thing I know, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know if you guys will be able to see it on the camera, but my left eye is like swollen up underneath a little bit. Can you see that? I don't know if you'll be able to tell. I don't know if I'm having like an allergic reaction to something out here or what, but like I can look down and see. It's not terrible. Like it doesn't look super bad. You could definitely see that on the camera. And my nose is stuffed up. Definitely something out in these woods out here that my body is not loving. I didn't even eat dinner. I came in here and just ended up sleeping. Makes for a great YouTube video. Duh. Looks like it sprinkled a little bit. Yeah, the top of my wood box is wet. I don't feel like typically don't have allergies. I'm not allergic to anything that I know of, but I've had this happen one other time when I was out camping. But I was right like close to where I live, and this was before YouTube. And I woke up one morning, it was the same thing. One eye was like almost swelled shut. I wish I had a picture of it. Probably do like two. I had one, but it was bad. Like, this isn't near as bad. And I never figured out what that was. I kind of thought it was like I had gotten bug spray in my eye or something. Because, you know, I've never taken an allergy test, but I've never, like, it's not a reoccurring issue. But it went away within like 24 hours. And it was just the one eye. And I think it was my left eye. And now it's kind of doing it again. So, not stoked. I feel like I'm going to go back to sleep, but that's what happens when you sleep for like 12 hours. I can't believe I just went to bed like that. So I didn't make my fancy dinner or nothing. Gotta kind of figure out what I'm gonna do now is try to salvage this video, I guess. But I should probably carry some sort of, I don't know, what do they call it, antihistamines or something with me. I do have a first aid kit, I guess. I don't know what's in that thing. With my heart pills, I've got to check all these medications to see what I can take. Like, I know I'm not allowed to take, I think it's ibuprofen. I can't take any of that. But it is what it is. Yeah, I can see it. Like, it's just puffed up a little bit under my eye. Probably shouldn't be touching it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I slept great though. Other than the snotty nose. Yeah, I've got to just be allergic to something out there in the woods, in these trees. They're big pine trees. Alright. Alright, well, change clothes. I'm gonna shove some breakfast in me and get out of this place. I'll see if I can get this eye to go down. Yeah, I just kind of feel congested and whatnot. I don't know. Don't know what it is. The last time, like I said, I thought it was, brought some stickers that were sent in on the last live, and the one from the shirt I'm wearing. Like I said, the last time I thought it was maybe like bug spray that I got in my eyes, but I was also fishing. I was catfishing and using like shrimp and like this stink bait stuff, so I thought maybe it was something with that, but I'm not allergic to shellfish. I think that's, shrimp would be considered shellfish. Could be wrong, but I can eat that, no problem. So I really have no idea what would do it to me, other than just something in the trees. But I've gone back to that other spot multiple times and never had another issue there. So I don't know. I don't feel like it could be anything that I ate. What did I have to eat yesterday? So I didn't eat dinner. I just had a sandwich at home for lunch. So I don't know. I feel like maybe it's going down a little bit already, but I could be wrong. Either way, must persevere. I've got a spot I want to check out this morning. This was sent in on the last live. Black Rifle Coffee Company Espresso. I don't know if I need that much caffeine, but we'll sip on this a little bit. I know there's a lot of you that watch. It's not terrible. There's a lot of you that watch just for the cooking. So this one's probably not your favorite, but it's all right. We've got a blueberry muffin. I guess I do have a couple of eggs in there I could fry up, but I don't want to spend any more time here than I need to at this point. Should we see if we can stick a couple of these raccoon stickers on the cooler? They're all pretty small, so I should be able to shove a couple of them on there. I brought quite a few of them. This one, I showed this one on the live. It cracked me up. It's a raccoon eating ramen noodles. I feel like that needs to go on the side, maybe. We'll see how well these stay on here. But I don't think there's a better spot than right by my sticker. Dang old rakings. What else do we got? Backpack. That's another good one. Perfect representation of a trash panda. It's a little big. We'll go right down there. Can you guys see that? Yeah. I don't know if I'll have enough room for this built well sticker. It's kind of big. Let's see. Do feel like we got to put one on the front somewhere though. I don't like covering everything up, but maybe right there. We'll just shove one on the front here. I also don't feel like it's the right time of year for allergies either, but well, we got a few on there. Yeah, I don't feel like this one's gonna fit anywhere on here. I was thinking, if you watched the live, I was thinking I was gonna have to hurry up and build a cabinet over here because that Jackery power box that was sent in. But I guess I can show you guys, maybe without moving that it fits right perfectly under the bed. I don't know if you can see that. If you missed the live, might be easier to just pull this guy out. Need to vacuum the carpet in here. There we go. Jacob sent this guy in. It's heavy. So it's a Jackery Explorer 1000. And it's like 1500 watts. And a lot more battery than the other power box that I have. Which that one was just some Amazon off-brand. I get asked about that all the time. They don't even make it anymore. So we can power quite a bit of stuff with this. With 1500 watts, I could probably even plug in a microwave, like a small microwave or something to this guy. And so yeah, I was thinking, because I wasn't sure if it was going to fit under the bed, that I'd have to build something just so it could sit over here, but it does, just with like a hair to spare. But it works nice. He sent a carrying bag and everything too, but we don't even need to use it right now. I've got my, although I don't have those lights on right now, I've got those plugged into the ice hole power box just because it works well on there. So it's heavy, it's the thing. But it just slides right in there. And it's nice because that other one that I've been using, like the regular house style outlets are on the back of it, and then the USB plugs are on the front of it. So you got to like move it around depending on what you're doing, but this one has all the plug-ins on the one side of it, so that is nice. And then he also sent in a donation for to pick up a solar panel. So I'll get like a portable folding solar panel that I can plug into that thing, and that way I can just move it from the truck to the van or whatever, because I always move my junk around. Since we did get the truck back, which will be a couple videos, I think I mentioned that yesterday. Got to go in through the break-in on the gears before I like take it on a road trip or anything. I was hoping I'd get it out for this one, but gotta do the break-in and change the fluids again before I get out with it. But it does feel really good. I gotta get my hammock down. It's probably wet. And we've got just a short drive. A little bit of a 20-minute drive. Not too shabby. The bed's all messed up. All right, let's grab this hammock. Yeah, you can see it's a little wet. It's not terrible though. It's a little wet out here. I slept through the rain. How's my eye looking? You can definitely see that. It's kind of wild. It's really just my left eye. Yeah, this is nice and wet. Just getting more pollen or whatever it is all fluffed up in my face. Got like tree sap all over it. It'll be fine. Remind me not to touch my face. Until I wash my hands. I guess I have wipes with me. Actually, just gonna leave that out. Leave that sitting out because I'll take the hammock out and let it dry out when I get to the next spot. Like I said, I'm going to be in Iowa for a couple of days. I mean, it's a really beautiful park. There's a bathroom right there, right next to another campsite. And then there's another spot right here. And I just thought that big grove of huge pines, because it's just this one little area in this park. Don't touch your face, Mike. Ugh. But there is a bunch of different camp spots here. And we got a 20-minute drive to the spot we're going to check out. So if you got a couple brain cells to rub together, you'll probably be able to figure out where I was. All right. see you guys down the road a little ways. All right, y'all, so I'm in Peterson, Iowa, and I'm at the Fort Peterson Blockhouse, which I don't know if we're gonna be able to get inside of it. It doesn't look like it, but there is a big marker up here, and I'm not exactly sure what this is all about. So some sort of old like army fort thing. This looks like there was something on top of it at some point. Oh, there's another little marker here. Oh, this is a glacial boulder. It says this glacial boulder centers on the spot where Fort Peterson was built in 1862 by a company of cavalrymen who were detailed by Colonel James Sawyer, commandant of the Northwestern Iowa Forces. The fort, surrounded by a high stockade, was large enough to provide officers' quarters, barracks for a company of cavalrymen, a mess hall, an armory, and horse stalls. So there must have been much more around here at one point. Fort Peterson was one of several frontier posts erected at the time to meet the threats of bands of marauding Indians. As that threat diminished, men were gradually withdrawn until there remained only a sergeant with a squad of men. At last these departed also. The fort was no longer needed as a bulwark against the Indians, was dismantled. Fort Peterson and the pioneers it protected have passed into history. Oh, so here's a kind of a picture of what it was. So the blockhouse is all that remains of old Fort Peterson, pictured as a triangle-shaped model of Fort Cherokee that shows a structure identical to Fort Peterson. This model is housed at the Sanford Museum and Planetarium in Cherokee, so if you want to go check out that model. But there's the blockhouse, and it was restored around 1985. Fort Peterson was one of 11 forts and stockades constructed in 1862 to 1863. They were built due to pioneers' fear of Native American attacks. However, this fort and many others never saw any conflict or attack. They were manned by cavalry volunteers known as the Iowa Northern Border Brigade. The brigade disbanded in 1864, and all of the forts were abandoned. The blockhouse you see in front of you is the only remaining vestige. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be open. It'd be really, no, I can see a lock on the door. What a bummer. But it's pretty neat. And it'll be hard to see. And they've got them covered with like little pieces of plexiglass or plastic. But there's all these little holes where they would have been able to stick a gun out, I believe. And yeah, it's locked up. I don't think there are any windows to be able to see it. Oh, see, they've got them on this side too. Can you see in there? You can just see to the other side. It looks like it's just an empty space. These are all kind of busted up. That one's open a little bit. It's cool to see like how it's like rough sawn or whatever. And there's holes on the back too. It's a weird design how it comes out over the top of it. It's like the square building on top was just rotated a little bit. That big old timbers, the brick foundation. Looks like maybe at one point there was a door on this side. You can see how this was kind of added in right there. Yeah, it looks like there was a hole right here. Well, it's neat. It would be cool to get inside of it, but 'tis what it is. All right, well, I'm gonna snap a couple of photos of this and get headed on down the road. Supposed to be meeting up with the homie Travis for the next one. I let him know I was gonna be out here. He's got a bit of a drive, so we'll see if when he shows up, but I'm gonna get headed on down the road and get to the next spot. Hopefully in the next couple of hours that swelling goes down a little bit. It doesn't look terrible. Maybe it's going down, but you never know what's gonna happen. I guess that was this big adventure, and we'll see. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.